while since I've live streamed, so bear with me. I have a lot of wisdom to share today, specifically when it comes to relationships. And relationships can be platonic or romantic, spiritual, emotional, intellectual. But I think the most important thing about relationships is the fact that it all starts with you. And regardless of what's going on around you, it's your relationship with yourself that counts the most. And the reason why I say this is because your heart is the only one that you're going to have for life. No matter how many relationships you have, it is the quality of your relationships that matters. And if you have ever had an issue with your relationships, it could be a reflection of your relationship with yourself. And if you don't have the best relationship with yourself, you won't have the best relationship with others because the energies that you have that you reflect is projected back to you. And it's this cycle of giving and receiving or giving and taking. So if you want to have better quality relationships with the people around you, you're going to have better quality relationships within you. And the reason why I say this is you really just have to take care of yourself. If you're always seeking for someone to love you, you're going to be disappointed. Man is going to disappoint you. Man, male, female. People rarely live up to your expectations. And it can be earth shattering when you put all of your trust in them and you build your foundations in their empty promises. Because what's going to happen is you're going to be rejected so many times, and you may not know how to cope with this because, you know, society doesn't do a good job of preparing us for being mature, stable, grounded adults, let alone how to have a healthy coping mechanism to any tragedy in the form of breakups or rejections. But the truth is, any form of rejection is not only acceptance on your part, self acceptance that is, but it's also a way to be protected. If you've been rejected, that's protection. Perhaps you have seen some red flags about a person or about a group of people. You know, it could be friends, it could be potential lovers, but maybe there was something about you two or how many people that just weren't compatible, and it's best that you didn't go any further. If a person rejects you up front, that's a blessing, that's a miracle, and it's something to be grateful for. Versus if a person just toys with your heart and just makes you think they're interested in you for a period that is equal to, if not longer, than 4, 5, or 6 months, and you really develop feelings for a person, and then they just they do a Jekyll and Hyde, and they just show their true colors, and they switch up on you. Never let your love for a person blind you. Just don't do it. Never let your love for a person blind you, because if they're not meant for you, something's going to give. You're going to see flaws in that logic. You're going to see that, maybe this person isn't the one for me. And it's always important to not lower your standards. Stay true to who you are. A true companion is someone who accepts you for who you are, they love you for your authenticity, and they also encourage you to be a better person. And if a person does not have mutual feelings for you, do your best to not waste your time on them. it's not worth, I've experienced this personally, it's not worth the pain and heartache for you to keep pining over a person who is simply not interested. Again, there are bigger fish in the sea, so find someone who is just as interested, if not more interested in you, versus wasting your energy on someone who doesn't give a shit about you. They don't give a damn about you. They just send you mixed messages and make it seem like they're interested, but they're really not. It's just not worth it. You're worth it. You're worth investing your energy in being your greatest version and, you know, finding that perfect partner. There's not really a such thing as a perfect partner or a perfect lover or a perfect romantic affiliate. But there is perfect imperfection. And the key to all relationships is not on being perfect, but on making progress, on being acquainted with that progress. And I've always been drawn to the idea of a twin flame, someone who completes you, someone who is that other side of you. But I don't know. I just think that when it comes to a potential soulmate, you have to kind of go through the fire. Your own desires have to be purified, like a potluck of gold. You have to understand your worth. It's one thing to know your worth, but you have to understand it. You have to embody it. You have to be it. And it's finding that balance between self-deprecation, I think I pronounced that right, and self-entitlement. But being self-confident enough to say, hey, these are my values, these are my standards, and I would appreciate it if you'd respect that. Because what happens is most relationships are very one-sided. Excuse me. One person puts their all into what the other person just abuses that and doesn't put much into it, which leads to increased feelings of frustration, depression, and needless suffering. So I would like to encourage you to realize that self-love is the best love. You are a reflection of that love that you seek, and everyone else is a projection of that love. To attract true love is to be true love. All the things that you are seeking, that you are truly meant to seek, are seeking you. When you are true love is seeking you. So do things that make you feel like the love frequency, that make you feel lighter than a feather. If that is going outside and soaking in the vitamin D sun, the vitamin D nutrients, the essential nutrients that boost your mood, I would recommend that you do that. If that is simply drinking at least 8 ounces of water a day, you can do that. If that is listening to positive music, whatever it is, whatever is your natural, harmless high, keep doing it. Do more of what brings you to life. Do more of what makes you happy, and you'll be it. You'll attract it. You'll attract it. Because the truth is, we are all master manifestors. The very moment you came into being, you were a master manifester. You are a law of attractionist. You don't always attract what you want, but you attract what you need. And sometimes it may not seem like it's what you need, but there's something particularly in your life that you need to recognize, identify, and amend for your best interest. And this could be anything. It's a spectrum of things that can improve in your life. And I think that it's important to keep in mind that when you're focusing on progress and improvement, always congratulate yourself on how far you've come and be proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you've come in life. Because you weren't always where you are today. You weren't always as strong, resilient, and emotionally intelligent. And to be honest with you, I'm sort of projecting what I am going through this video. And I feel like it's very hard to replicate exactly what another person is going through because you're not them. And I think that's what's special about self-love. No one can love you like you do. You are the only person who can give you the best ultimate form of self-love. And you are lovely for that. You are one of a kind, you're special, you're divine, you're infinite, you're powerful, and you're limitless. And quite frankly, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for everyone. It doesn't matter if it seems like, you know, I think we can all say that there are some things that don't positively serve us. And when it comes to people in general, I think there's always something positive to say about everyone. You know, if you dig in your nose long enough, you'll find a booger. But in this case, not saying any of you are boogers, but in this case, if you excavate a treasure long enough, you will find pure gold. You will find a chest of pure gold. And that's what you are. Everything you touch turns to gold. Why is that? Because you're golden. I'd argue that you could even be pure platinum. Don't quote me, but we oftentimes forget that we're playing a role in life. That we're not just this body, we're not just this physical incarnation, we're just not a temporal being. We're this divine, spiritual, eternal being of light. In a sense, even if you don't identify as a star seed, we are all star children. Indigos, crystals, rainbows, you name it. You're welcome. And if you've ever suffered any type of existential depression, or if you ever felt like, you know, you don't have a purpose, you definitely do. You're needed in this world. God loves you, and you are your own god and or goddess, in that right? I believe that God is within and around. And in a sense, we're all kind of gods, like we're all divine. We all deserve equality, justice, truth, fairness, practicality, and balance. We are all more equal to one another. I don't even want to say more or less equal. We're all more equal to one another. We're all worthy, whole, complete, and divine. And that's something that I think it's important to realize. Despite how you might feel, just know that you are everything you think you lack. If you feel a lot of pain in your life, a lot of suffering, just know that you are joy. If you feel like there's a lot of chaos in your life, just know that there's some order. If you feel like everything has gone to hell, just know that your peace of mind It's just a corner away. And it's more of a state of awareness than it is an actual place. So when you enter this state of awareness of pure, unconditional love, the type of agape, you cannot help to not only give this to yourself and other people, but for that to be reciprocated, for that basic rudimentary need to be mutual. And anytime something isn't reciprocated or it's lopsided, it's not for you. It does not positively serve you. And it's a lie if you're getting the impression that you're worthless or something is wrong with you or you need to change your personality to fit in. If anyone wants that for you, they do not have your best interest at heart. Drop them before they drop you. It's that type of situation. You deserve that love, that it's a once in a lifetime kind of love. That special love that just makes you blissful. It's kind of hard to describe in words. It's just like you're abundant, you're wealthy, you're healthy. And the bag is very important. I'm not going to lie. The money is all that. Money is the root of all greatness, I say. But as of everything, you have to stop chasing. Whatever you chase will flee from you. It is an energy cycle. You have to let what you're chasing chase you. You make your desires known, and then you apply the law of detachment. You let go of outcome, and you just let it flow to you. And I think it's important to at least have a medium vibration to get in a state of flow. Because when you're suffering and when you're just getting by, you're in a contracted state of awareness. And that makes it extremely hard to manifest. You hear people say it takes money to make money. That's actually false. Money comes from a non-material source of wealth and abundance. You are money. You are all the money in the world. Money is a vibration. You are a money magnet. Say, I am a money magnet. You could say, I'm a money magnet for love, wealth, and abundance. Create affirmations that will remind you just how loved you are. I am love and light. I am love and light. I am love and light. That is something I say all the time. It's not that you're trying to be loved. It's not that you're trying to find the light at the end of the tunnel. You are the light at the end of the tunnel. The entire tunnel. You are love. You're not trying to be loved. You are loved. You are love. And unlike fear, love is the highest frequency. Fear is the lowest frequency. And we've all been indoctrinated with the fear frequency. Fear not. Love is you. And the reason why I know this is because the power of the heart is thousands of times stronger than the power of the mind, the ego trap. The heart is what will set you free. You have to listen to your intuition. You have to get in vibration with your soul. Meditate. Light candles, crystals, mantras, prayer, nature baths. All of these things help to contribute to self-love. Even self-pleasure is a form of self-love, to be honest. I just had to throw that out there. And with COVID, I'm going to get very candid. It damn near forced everyone to just engage in solo sex, dare I say it, or masturbation. Not going to get graphic, but what I will say is the safest sex is with yourself. And yeah, sex is the most intimate form of love, I think. But I think we forget that even that starts with you. It's self sex before sex with others. Like, you give what is inside of you. So if you feel orgasmic, if you feel pleasurable, if you feel euphoric, you are these things, number one. And number two, you can give this out to other people. And they can give it back to you because they're riding off of your energy. You ever walked in a room and you just felt a spark with someone? Or someone's, it just depends. Energy. The only problem with that is sometimes energy that you feel for someone is not mutual. It's not compatible. Or it could be overwhelming and someone's in denial about something. Either way, instead of focusing on a rejection, focus on the love you felt. Focus on the love that you're emitting. And treat it like it's a warm blanket of light. And wrap it around yourself. Wrap it around your mind, your body, and your soul. And in that moment where you feel hurt and rejected, just know that you are what you think you lost. You are that true, divine, pure love that you think you need. And I think that if we would all realize that, you wouldn't have so many heartbroken people in the world. A soulmate, a task companion, or a twin flame is you. Everyone is you. There is no such thing as us versus them or you versus me. Only us. Different versions of us. We are all an expression of divine, creative, infinite energy. All of us. If you incarnated into the physical plane, you are greatly needed during this ascension process. And as I've stated before, we are in an age of Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign. I think we just moved from, we were in Pisces, so I think we moved from water to air, or maybe from earth to air. But the point is, we have reached a transition period. And I lied to you not. As soon as the ball dropped for 2021, I just felt love energy all over like never before. I felt such bliss, compassion, and love that it was a historical high for me. I mean, I had never experienced anything like that, but it was just this energy that was all around me. And I became one with it. I merged with it, and ever since I have been on an upward spiral. I've been making progress this entire time, but what I can say is that I am in vibration with the love frequency, and I do things every single day to be that frequency that I also love. Okay, I'm still on. But back to what I was saying, even if you feel invisible and if it seems like, you know, you're on the wrong path, if you're experiencing challenges, if you are in a place in your life where you feel like nobody cares, someone cares, even if that someone is you. And you are unconditionally worthy. Your life, your purpose, your legacy, it's uniquely you. It's all you. And you're great like that. You've got the eye of the tiger. You're a champion. You're unstoppable. You're unbreakable. You're resilient, bold. If you ever wonder why I do that, it's because I know, energy is infectious, and the more you spread positive energy, the more you're going to get that energy back. It does not matter how many likes, comments, or subscribers you have. It does not matter if you're not making money yet by operating in your purpose. You just have to love yourself enough to know that because of these challenges, you are on the right path. If your life was easy, if you didn't have any struggles, if you had the perfect little life, that wouldn't be a life, that wouldn't be living. You would just be existing. Self-love is the best love, because with self-love, you can never go wrong. And I believe we live in a world where too many people just don't love themselves enough to sustain. I think it's the reason why you have such a political divide. You have classism, you have factions, you have cults. You always have a left versus right political ideology battle. When instead of focusing on diversity is important, but instead of focusing on our differences, we must focus on what unites us. That's what we have to do. Because we have more in common than we don't. And we oftentimes look outside of ourselves wanting the world to change. But it's your world that needs to change first. And it just takes one person at a time. Imagine how much different our world would be if everyone loved themselves. If everyone emitted that pure, true, divine, unconditional love. I mean, nothing would get in our way. There would be no more self-sabotage. It would be freedom and completion. So before I go, I would like to say that, once again, to reiterate, self-love is the best love. And even if you are single, that might be for the best, as there are several invaluable lessons to learn from loving yourself first and foremost, and by extension, giving that love to other people. So if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Check out my new blog, My Miracle Meditations. Stay encouraged. Remember your worth. And feel free to donate to the channel if you haven't already. I love you all. Take care. And I am very, very grateful for you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Self-love is the best love. Also, P.S., this is my post statement, meditate on miracles. You never know what you might attract when you are the embodiment of self-love.